Hey, good evening. It's Jim from jagfx.com. It is Monday, the 2nd of December 2019. Just going to do a quick video, well, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, about the Forex trading simulator that I use. There's been a few questions about it lately. I've had a few private emails asking me about it. So let's have a look at it, and I'll show you a few of the features that I use. I'm by no means an expert, but I do have a basic understanding. So this is it, Soft 4FX. Doesn't roll off the tongue that well, but so back in the day when I was years ago, there used to be there still is a simulator called Forex Tester. I think they're up to Forex Tester 4 now, and I think I used to have Forex Tester 2. It looked like an MT4 platform. However, it wasn't. It was completely separate, and you couldn't use custom indicators unless you had them coded to suit the Forex Testers coding language for their software. So, and it was a bit expensive. So this is a cheaper option. I love it. If you can afford the $99, it's a one-off payment. It's certainly worth it. So I'll just have a look at the website here. So we'll go to their, so this is their home site, Soft4FX. So they've got a couple of products, but we'll go to the Forex Simulator. All right, they've got a fair bit of information on the website, so I'll just run through it first. So I'll give you, and you'll see it in action when I go to my platform and I'll show you. So Forex Simulator, you can read all their notes here. You've got all these links on the left here, very good when it comes to installation, startup, all about license payments and refunds, tutorials, I'll show you that, troubleshooting, and using the MetaTrader data. So it's not a bad website. If you get stuck, I have a few questions, I'll just direct people back to the website, and it's funny how. So you can watch this video here. It gives you a bit of an overview of how it all works. I'll just run through a few of the, so it's trade historical data and save you time. You'll see this in action when I show you how it works. You can read all that. 60 Forex pairs, gold, silver, oil, and 12 stock indices. So you've got a heap of stuff to choose from. You can just pause the video if you want, or go to the website and read all about it. You've got excellent data. You've got two choices, Dukascopy or TrueFX. I always use Dukascopy. I've been using it for years on and off. You can use the broker's data if you want, but it's not really recommended. Now, someone was asking the other day, you can trade multiple time frames. There is a few caveats, but you can trade multiple time frames side by side, and I'll show you that hopefully. You've got all the different types of charts. You can use the standard default ones on MT4. Now at this stage this only works on MT4, so if you're using MT5 you can't use it on MT5. Also, I believe you need Windows for it to work. They do say it doesn't work on Macs. If you've got a Mac computer, unless, I'm not sure, and I'm not a Mac user. Like my friend Etienne, he's got Windows on an external hard drive and he uses a Mac all the time. So, and he uses this software, so it must work on a Mac if you've got the right Windows program. But I don't know anything about Mac, so I'm probably just talking in riddles there. Anyway, moving on. We've got the normal, and we've got custom time frames. I'll show you all the different minutes and hours and all that. Second charts, I don't know why you'd use them. Renko charts, range charts, and tick charts. I'm familiar with range and Renko. I'm not a real big user of tick, but it's all an option there. You got built-in economic calendar. I'll show you the where that's situated. So you can work around the news and that. You can use your templates and indicators. You can select either GMT or New York close. I'll show you that. All that means is different times the new daily candle comes. Generally with GMT, instead of having 5 candles, daily candles for the week, you'll have 5.5, whereas New York you'll have the 5, which is my preferred way of doing things. You can save your simulation anytime, nothing I don't really do. Control the speed, I'll show you that. Rewind, I'll show you that. risk-based, not something I use, but it's an option, and I'll show you it's probably hard to see, but when we open it up, you'll see it. Automatic trade management, I got no idea. I just mentioned set stop loss and take profit and stuff like that. We'll get into that. Visual trading, dragon lines, yeah, I think I can show you that. Save reports, export Excel, detailed stats. Yeah, I'll show you some of the stats. It's just like getting if you do use a strategy test or an MT4. Hotkeys, I didn't know there was hotkeys, but there you go. It's not something I use anyway. Free updates, see, says will not work on a Mac, but I know people that do use on Macs, but you need Windows. So I'm sure if you're techie, you'll work it out. Download it. It's actually, you can get it for free on a demo, but it's got limitations. It's got 2 limitations. You can only take 5 trades per simulation, and you cannot load save simulation. So it's not too bad. It gives you an idea if it's for you, if it's something that would work for you. So you can download it and try it for free. It has got a license key for the full version. Buy the license. I think at the moment it's on special, but I'm sorry about this, but it's only got till special offer ends today. So it's usually 99 USD. I think it just must be, what is it, Cyber Monday, whatever they call it. So sorry about that. So it's not expensive. It's a one-off fee. There's plenty of support. So that's it. So as I said, if you get stuck, if you go to these tutorials, I'll go over to the tutorial page, and you'll see they got all these official videos set up, downloading, starting, charts, basic, visual, economic, advanced trade management, etc. So you can just play with it. Even if you speak Spanish, you can, and you've got a couple of other non-official videos by Valley Trader and Crypto to the Dog. So it shows you how to do things there. Plenty of tutorials, and you've got troubleshooting, if you get stuck on something. So there's a big troubleshooting, huge page on that, if you can't load something. So they're pretty good. So let's go and have a look. So we'll go across to one of my platforms. I'll just get rid of that chart. All right, now the trick about this is it just attaches to your MT4 platform. So this is just a standard MT4 platform here. Doesn't matter if it's live or demo. This one's a live one. So, and it's an EA. So it's in your expert advisors, and you'll see it down here with me for Soft 4X. Geez, I wish they changed the name. So you got a couple of ways of putting this on your chart. Well, there's a few ways, all right. So there's standard way. You can either drag an EA onto your chart like that, or you can double click it onto your chart. It's up to you. I just double click it normally. So can't close that until I load it. So it's a bit of a pain because you always have to put your email and your activation code in there. Now there's 2 ways you can get around this, because the codes are one of those 8, 12-digit numbers, whatever, with letters, pretty ugly. So you can either, I can do it 2 ways. So I've put my information in there, and I've hit the save button and saved it as a set file. So here it is. If I double click on that, it'll load those fields, and I'll be good to go. So I'm not going to do that because you'll see my details. So I can save it as a set file. So it's just a matter of putting your email address and your code in there once, hit the save button, give it a name, like I've just called it, what do I call it, simulator. So it's easy. Double click on that and it'll load it all up automatically, and you're in. Or the other way of doing it, which I've set up, is get rid of that, just close it, get rid of that. I've saved it as just a template. So just right click anywhere in my chart. You can use any chart, it doesn't matter. So I could put I put my high probability template on there, doesn't matter. I can right click, go to my templates, and I should have one here called simulator. I've set this template up, just click on that, and here we are, simulator. So Forex simulator version 1.88. I'm not even sure if that's the most recent one. I just should check that. So you can read that. Please do not close this chart, but you can minimize it. is required by the simulator. So it has to stay open, this particular chart, all right? So this box normally comes up, 3 options: new simulation, load simulation, not something I use, and the data center. See, here we go, got a new version available. I'll do that when I finish. So data center, so if you want to click on that, and this brings up this box. It shows you all the pairs. You can data provider, TrueFX or Dukascopy. I always just stick with Dukascopy. I think I've downloaded up to the 1st of August. I could just update that if I wish. Just a matter of hitting the update button. You can play with this and have a look. You can see all the pairs I've got data for. Everything basically except the exotics and looks like gold and silver. I don't think I've got any indices or anything. So basically that I've got all the data, good, accurate data. So, you know, when you do the old strategy test and use tick data and get that 99.9% modeling quality, that's what this stuff will give you, hopefully. So you can just tick all these boxes and select, deselect all, update all selected, download all selected. So it's pretty straightforward. You got an economic events calendar downloaded from the 1st of the 1st, 2007 to 28th. And I've just updated that before. So that gives you your calendar info. So when you do a test, the software will take into consideration and use basically where spreads widen example, you know, like we've got Aussie interest rate news this week. So that the spreads would widen, say, for 20 minutes in history, and this software will hopefully, I believe, pick that up and adjust your spreads accordingly in the testing. So you can just close that. We're just having a look at it. So it just leaves. So we'll start a new simulation. So if you hit this button here, brings up this box. So it's a new simulation. You can see I've got Dukascopy. Tells you I'm on the Euro USD, so I'll just change that. Go to the Aussie. Being an Aussie. So I've got the Aussie. Tells you how much data I've got. So I've got basically from the 4th of August 2003 through to 1st of August 2019. So bucket loads of data. So I don't want to start my simulation on 2003 because that was a long time ago. So let's just say I want to pick, we'll get past the GFC, 2012, all right? We'll make it simple. So January 2012, you can just pick any date. You know, I'm just example here. So we're starting our simulation 1st of 1st, 2012. I'll write that down so because I've got to show you something else. You can change your currency. You can end your simulation on, say you only want to do it for a year to the 31st of December 2012. You can just put it in there if you want, but you don't really need to do that. You can choose your currency. I just leave it in USD. You can choose a starting balance if you actually want to trade it. I don't. I just leave that as 10,000 because it's my standard sort of account size. Time on charts, GMT or New York. I wish they would change this default to New York. I always use New York. I get the 5 daily candles. I don't need to see those Sunday small candles. So I always change that to New York. Rewinding allowed. I always tick that because I might make a mistake or push the buttons too quick and I want to go back and have a look. So it's just pip size, I never change that. Lot size, I never change that. Leverage, you can change it if you say your live account's 30 if you're in Europe, or 50 if you're in the US, or 300 if you're in Australia, or 1,000 if you're with some dodgy broker out of some dodgy country. So you can change it whatever you want. I just normally leave it at about 200. That's because that's just about my average for leverage. Spread, just leave as real or variable. You can change it to fixed, but you want to be commission per lot. If you were getting a paying commission and you had a fixed spread, you could play with that. Now, this initial history on charts. Now, just remember what I'm talking about here. This bottom part, initial history on charts, I will leave it at 15 because I want to show you something, all right? So we're on the Aussie. From the 1st of the 1st, 2012, I'm leaving that initial history on charts at 15. So all you come down here is press Start Simulation. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just move it up here. Start Simulation. And it brings up this box, all right? So this is your main control box. You don't want to close this. If you close this, It'll ask you if you want to quit your simulation. You can minimize it. You just pop it away and it just pop it up. So you can minimize it, get it out of the way. Now here, I don't use all of this, but I'll try and explain what I do use. As I said, there's plenty of good tutorials. You can see what's happening. So the main one for me is charts, all right? So you just click over these little tabs and you'll see it lights up. I'll click on charts. Now, you've got choices of charts. Like I said before, you've got second charts. Who would ever use them? Standard, seconds, ranged, Renko, tick charts. I'll just stick with standard. That's the default. I'll go to a 1 hour, for example. See how you got custom time frame in minutes, custom time frame in hours, and you can put anything you want in there, custom time frame in days. So I'm just going to go to a 1 hour chart for now. I just want to show you something. So you just press add, and you'll see it adding the chart. So it's up here now in the list. And you've got a little open thing here. Press open. Just lost my internet. You can close this box because you can always open it. I can minimize this. So basically I've got a 1 hour Aussie chart starting on the, if you look up here, you'll see it the 2nd of the 1st, 2012. 1 day off, but who cares? So 2nd of January 2012, you can move this little box around just by pressing those 1, 3 or 4. I just leave it up in that top, number 2 on the top right hand corner. All right, now we've got basically a blank chart that looks like every other ugly chart from the 80s. So you can just add your own template. So in this example, I'm going to show you something. Because this is one question I get a lot, I'll add the high probability and you'll see something that looks pretty ugly. And this is the question I get. Why is the MACD platinum flat? Remember I said those bars in history was only 15. What's happening is there's not enough data to populate the indicators. So if the MACD platinum's not working, the QMP filter's not working. And I'll show you in a minute. Right, so I'll bring the main control box up. Now in here, I'll show you just how to fast forward, get this over and done with. You got this little slider here, you got the little button, play button. So if you hit that play button, it just looks like, I think you see it's slowly moving and it's per ticks per second. So you just want to crank it up, you can move that slider along and you'll see it moving, all right? If I want to just stop that, just pause it, it just stops there. If I want to move it one candle at a time, I can either use this next bar button here. So if I just press one candle, you see it goes one candle every time I click on that. Trust me, my wife gets super annoyed with this sound because I'm just clicking all the time. Or you can come over here and press this button under the number 4 here. That'll take it one candle at a time. It's just as easy on here. So we'll keep on going because I want to show you what happens. So I'll just speed it up a bit. Now you can just watch it. Now you can just watch any setup you can change the speed to suit. Now once the data, see there's a dot starting to appear already on the bottom of the MACD Platinum and the QMP dots are starting to appear. Once it gets enough data, it'll populate and it'll be ready to go. So now it's in proper mode, all right? So I'll just stop it. And what I'll do is I'll close this simulation because I just want to go back and show you. So see if I close that, hit the cross, are you sure you want to quit the simulation? If I say no, then it just leaves it open. But I want to close it, yes. So it gets rid of that chart. And it goes, you want to start a new one? I'll go, yes. So we'll go to the same one. So it was the Aussie, first of the 1st, 2012. Just to show you the same data, doesn't matter. Keep it an Aussie, New York, pip size, we'll leave it at that, doesn't matter, 100. Now, initial history on charts, I just changed this to 1,000. I don't know why, just the number I plucked out. So change it to 1,000, start simulation, go to charts, open another 1 hour chart. So you can just add that. Now just add a few other charts while I'm here. You can add as many charts as you want for the Aussie to this list. So I'll add a 4 hour. I want to show you something on multiple high time frame. Add a daily So these are just standard charts. Weekly. All right, so we've got 4 charts there. You can open any of these. So I'll open the 1 hour because I want to show you that same thing before. Bang. So there, close this for now. Minimize that. Right click, go to the template, and this is exactly the same as we did before. High probability. Bang. See, it's already populated. Everything's in place. QMP filter's displaying. MACD Platinum is displaying correctly. All I did was change that 15 to 1,000 on the initial bars and history back in that main box. If I go back, you'll see that there'll be 1,000 bars behind me, all done. Right, so we're on the right edge. You can, if you need more real estate on this side, you want to see things better, like any chart, you just pull that little tab across and move it across, and it'll set it there. So now we've got our 1 hour chart with the template we want to test on there. So let's say we want to maybe say trade the daily and the 1 hour chart together. So we go back into our charts tab and we can open the daily. So close that again, minimize that. So now we've got the daily chart. You can see we've got the Aussie daily offline and the Aussie 1 hour offline. So example, I'm looking for trade signals on the daily chart that then I'll drop down to the 1 hour chart to, take them in the same. So say we tile vertically, we'll get the 3 charts, we minimize that, Windows, tile vertically. Now I'll move these boxes out the way so you can see them, because you lose a bit of real estate when you add, and I'm on a small laptop too, so I'll move these down out the corner. So this is the daily chart on the right, this is the hourly chart on the left, all right? So they're 2 different time frames. So I'll bring up my control box again. Again, it's a bit of a pain because it takes up space. Drag it down here a bit. Now I want to just do the fast forward a bit and watch both charts. So you can see the hourly's moving a fair bit and the daily's just moving a little bit. So we'll just speed up a bit. So now you see the hourly's moving quicker and the daily's, because remember every hour there's 24 of them in a day, so you can compare side by side. So for example, say if we were just taking buy trades, which is that's a crappy buy signal, but just if we're only looking for buy trades on the 1 hour, so you might say, well, there's a buy trade in here, that's a valid buy. And so you understand? Makes sense? So you can run different time frames side by side. Now I'll just show you something else with regards to now I'm pretty sure if you hit the next bar on this, I'll just move this up into that corner there. Doesn't matter. So if I hit the next bar on this, I think it just moves the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so I think it just moves the smallest time frame. So if I come up here and do the same on here, it only moves the 1 hour time frame. But if I come over here on the daily chart and just watch the 1 hour chart, I'll do it a couple of times. No, it's got to make a lighter big. There we go. So you see it's moved the whole day, and you can see, you watch the 1 hour when I press this. So it's only moving 1 candle on the day, but it's moving 24 candles. What happened then? There we go. So it's pretty drastic. So you can move it here 1 candle at a time or on that main panel there. Why does it do that to me? So there's your multiple sort of time frames side by side if you're going to do it that way. That's one way of doing it. Next, oh, pardon me, I just had a drink of water and nearly choked on it. Now I'll show you another way. So we'll go, what do I need? Neither of those. I'll just close both of these charts. You can just close the charts. They're still in there in my chart pile. Now, sometimes you can have an indicator that's designed to work. Say, for example, I'm going to show you an indicator that's for the weekly chart, but it's attached to the 4-hour chart. So it's a higher time frame indicator on a lower time frame chart. For that to work in the simulator, you have to open all the time frames concerned. So I'll open the weekly first. It doesn't have to be displayed, it just has to be open, so I can just leave it sitting there. Don't have to add any templates or anything like that to it. Then I'll open the 4-hour, which is the chart I'm using. I can close this. I can close this, I'll minimize that. So as long as the 4-hour chart is the one that's the one I'm going to attach the template to, but it uses a weekly high time frame ATR stops. I'll show you that. I'll add the template. So I go to template, 4-hour into weekly. Might take a while to load because this is a high time frame. Pardon me. All right, this is the 4-hour chart. I'll get rid of the JFX ID, don't need that on there. So this is a 4-hour chart, and this here, if you the two ATR stops, I've done a video on this before. Multiple time frame, high time frame, 10080. That's minutes. That's how many minutes are in a trading week. So it's 10080. It's a weekly. So there's 2 of them. So basically with this, I know it's a bit sidetracked. If both reds are above price, I'm only looking for sells as per the normal high probability rules. If both greens are below price, then I'm only looking for buys. If they're not a good example anywhere, where's a good example? Here's a bit of an example. When you're in no man's land, we got 1 green, 1 red, uncertainty. It's probably best to give trades a miss there unless you're trading in the range for some reason. Here's another one. So it's just like using a high time frame to give me a trend. It's not perfect, as you can see in here. You can be bouncing all over the place. But having said that, your sell signal's up here, which wouldn't be valid. Your buy signal's down here, which is not valid. Your next buy signal's up here, not even a valid signal. So you come into here to see the good signals. There's your first sell. Yeah, not really a good sell, but here you got good buy, nice buy, so buy, not so good. Sell, you can see what I mean? So I've done a video on this. You can go through my YouTube channel, you can see it. So I'll just go to the, and here comes our vendors as they normally do when I'm doing a video. So I'll open up the box again, maybe, and I'll just show you it in action so you can get an idea how it works. Just put it in fast forward mode. We're not taking any trades yet. So you can see it, how the lines move. None of my indicators repaint, nothing repaints. I don't like indicators that repaint. So you can see it's a big uptrend, so you'd just be looking for buys. So it's a 4-hour. Now we're going the other way. We're looking for sells. So, and indecision there, but it's gone back to sell mode. There's a few nice trades there. Yeah, so this is just using a filter on the 4-hour chart. So you get the idea? Good. As I said, I think it's called ATR video or something. It's only done the last couple of months. You can find it on my channel if it's something interests you. And if you want the indicator, it's either my Facebook group for free or you can just email me and I'll send it to you. All right. Now let's go to some actual trading. What about on the Aussie? So I'll get rid of this 4-hour chart. Get rid of the weekly. What have I done here? There it is. All right, charts. I'll go to the daily. Nice, easy one. Just get the high probability set up. Just take it easy because I understand that one. Actually, high probability. All right, so I'll go through a few things here. Like I said, I don't use a lot of this, but the tutorial will help you out. But I'll try and show you what I do know, because you can use pending orders, you can put presets in, you get some details here, there's a fair bit here, and I probably don't use enough of it, but I'll show you the basics how I do it, all right? So I'll just go from candle to candle, looking for a sell, and I'm just going to take a few random trades to show you what happens, all right? Hang on a sec, I must have an ouch. Oh, that's a pain. We'll go to charts. I'll just get rid of a couple of these. Get rid of the 1 hour. I'll get rid of that. All right, so that should move me 1 candle at a time. All right, there's a buy. All right, let's say I took this buy. So you got your lots. You can do risk percent, risk dollars. I just use fixed lots. So say I took a 0.02 and I'm going to take a buy. So it's just a matter of clicking that button there, bang, the buy's taken. That's just an at market trade. As I said, you can do pending orders. You can read out how to do it. It's pretty simple. So we're in a buy. There's no stop in place. You can see my equity down here. It's because I've got a floating. Obviously, the spread. Nothing's moved since I took the trade. I don't know what's coming on the right-hand side. It's not a trade I take. It's not a valid signal. We just say I took it. All right, so if you go to here, this trades button, press that. This brings up this big, ugly box. It's probably a little bit of a flashless thing, but you can do, like, you can read the instructions. You can set comments. I just say, I want to call this non-HP trade, non-high probability. So it just puts it in there. So just put your comments in there. I can close parts. I can close 0.1 if I wanted to, or something like that. You can set auto break even. You can set trailing stops. You got all this other stuff. I don't use it. Commission I don't have. All you might want to do, for example, is say I want to set a stop. Now you can either do it. If you press that button, you see everything just flashed. You can either set a price, or you can do a visual mode. I normally do a visual mode, but if you're trying to work out exact, as this vendor goes past, it's about the 4th one. You can, if you want to do exact price for risk management, a bit more accurate, or visual, you can just move the stops on the line. So all it's a matter of putting your mouse over the red line and just pulling it down. So say we put our stop there, just below that green dot. You can put it anywhere, and it tells you. If you look on in the box where I clicked on the visual, you can see it tells you how many pips it is and how it's moving and the dollar value, etc. So it's all pretty good. So just say I want to put it there and something on, and just accept, and say I want to put a profit target in. Now, something I rarely do, as you all know. I might do visual again, so it's just a matter of clicking on that blue line and go 1 to 1 on a roughly. Can't remember how many pips it was. So just put that in and go accept. So there's my stop. There's my take stop, my take profit, my entry. You can see it all up here. I can close this box if I want. I'll just leave it open. I'll just keep on moving along. Like I said, it's a crap trade. Nearly got stopped out. So I'm going 1 candle at a time. There we go, stopped out, all right? So you'll see my equity, 9973.70, and there's no floating profit loss. There's no trades in the box. It's stopped out. So if you go to close trades, you'll see it's there. I lost $26.30. Bummer. So there's a buy, price, open price, stop loss, take profit, close time. It's all just like normal. So we'll keep on trucking. I'll show you a few trades. I want to get a few going. So we've got a sell order here. It's probably one I'll take. So I'm quite happy to take a sell here. And I won't put a stop in because I want to see if I can add a few. So it went against me. Now there's a buy, good, because I'll take a hedge buy. This is just going to my hedging mode. You can see now I've got two. Where's the trade box? All right, pause this for a sec. I'll work out what's going on. All right, just had a small glitch there. Worked it out. So we've got the two trades. I've taken a sell, I've taken a hedge buy. So you can see it up here. I think I did a hedging video which shows this in action. So at the moment I'm locking in a loss of roughly minus $37. Can't lose any more other than, you'll see it fluctuate a little bit, but generally it'll be around that 37. So we'll just keep on going, looking for another sell. So, and there's a sell, so I'll take 6 position. I'm just trying to rack up a few trades here to show you different ways. So now I've got 3 trades on. You can see my equity, you can see my floating profit and loss. So the best thing if you've got multiple trades on is watch the floating profit and loss. So we'll keep on going. You can see how it's down to 1560 and one trade, that last trade, gone on profit, but the other 2 are still negative. I'll change from red to green, as you can see. And it's gone the wrong way. And here we go, we're going the other way. So we'll buy another hedge. This is good because I'm just trying to get a lot of trades going to show you. So we're at minus 170, looking for a sell with the MACD Platinum still above the 0 level. We're going to go to my rules. All right, there's a sell, so we'll go up. We'll take a slightly bigger. I'm not suggesting this is how we trade. It's one of the ways I do trade. So you can still see I'm down $195, and there's a nice move down, only down $120. And you can see the trade values changing here, but I'm still not in overall profit. So see if I can drive it down to overall profit, and we get a buy. All right, so what I'll do is I'll close all my sells. So you can either close part by clicking here. I can close all my winners. You can see there's different choices. I can close all. I'm just going to close my sells. This is not what I've been trading. Now I've got 2 buys on already. I'll take another buy. So I'll take a third buy, high risk, got 3 buys. And you can see too that it draws the lines in where your trades were, just like an MT4. So we'll go back to the trades. Now we're going to the upside. It's a fairly valid sort of high probability buy sort of setup. Actually, it's pretty good. Hidden divergence. We're up $50, but we're down overall in the equity. So let's just keep on going. And it went against me. So we'll take a. No, I'm not going to take in. I'm not showing you how to trade here. I'm showing you how the system works. How the software works. So we'll take another buy there. I'll take a slightly bigger one. Just to see how the numbers change. See, yeah, we're going to go back one. All right. So there's a trade. I took it on that open of that next candle there. Now see with minus 356.20 down, and you look at the equity, you can see all the trades are in the red. One more candle, and the equity dropped, floating profit loss dropped substantially, and 2 of the trades went into profit. So we see the MACD Platinum's below the 0 level if I do talk about the trading thing. And look, yeah, there we go. So we're back up in profit here. You can see this. Now I'm just going to muck around a bit. Generally I wouldn't touch this. I just keep on riding it, but I want to show you something. Now say you want to close a part of this trade here. Just come across here, close part, and you can either close percentage or you can close the number of lots. So what have we got? I'll just close. Don't want to damage my, so I'll just close 0.02, so close, and that just did a partial close on there. So that's all it did. Changed my position size to 0.14, did a partial close. There's no stop set yet. If you want to just see these ones are in profit, you just want to hit stop at break even, just press that button, it'll put it straight at break even for you. We'll keep on going. What are we at? Get their money back yet? Up 220. MACD Platinum's getting close to 0 level. There we go. Big profit. We'll take now. All right, let's get a bit tricky. So what was our last trade? I'll close that one, and that one. I'll set break even. So it's automatically put it to break even. There's my stop at my point of entry. I'll do a partial close. I'll close 50%. So what's that? 0.07. See if actually what's my choices? Yeah. close. So there you go, 0.07. See my blue lines, a little bit hard to see. We're in profit. Equities 10,253. Floating profit is now 181.72, which is this one trade here. So now I'll be looking for, say for example, a sell. So this is good, like I love the historical charts, spending time on historical charts, but this is better. It's a little bit of mucking around, moving stops and everything, but it's more accurate because you get an idea exactly how you would trade, and there's no bias. You can't see anything on the right-hand side of the chart. So every new candle is a new candle unless you've got a great memory. So we've got a red dot on the MACD platinum above zero. We've got nothing happening here yet. Potential sell setting up, but it's not in a good spot when it comes to the MAs, but I'm going to take it anyway because that's what we're here to do, rack up a few trades. So I'm just going to take a few trades. So sell. All right, through the MACD, I'll close that. I just want to get a few trades going. And there you go, of course it did. I would have did a partial close that normally, but I wouldn't have taken it. So here's a buy, so I'll take a buy. I'm just trying to, there's a sell, so I'll take a sell. So I'm locking in I'm actually locking in a profit here. So I'll close all. I'll close last, close them both. You can close all or close last trade. So, all right, that's probably enough trades. I'll take a buy here and we'll see if we can. So you can adjust the stops. You get the idea. You can look at the tutorials and that. It's a little bit of mucking around. So I'll close all. Now I want to show you quickly from this box here. You get history. It's just you can give me a sec. We'll make this one smaller. We'll make this one bigger. So there's all the trades I took. You can read them all. It's just all the stats you want. Closed trades. They should be all closed. So there's all my trades. And a trading graph showed you what we did. That's just your volume, how big the position sizes. And that's the equity curve. It's only a few trades, so don't get too concerned about that. It's profitable. And here's the stats. This is probably the most important. So it showed you profit. All the trades are closed. Total profit. Drawdown 8.33%. No big deal. Maximum spread in pips. Must have blown out somewhere on news. Minimum spread. Average spread 1.2. Profit, gross loss, expected payoff, profit factor 1.43, number of closed trades 14, so 8 winners, 6 losers, largest profit 181, largest loss, average profit, average loss, long, short, all the stats there you need. So it's pretty, like I said, it's a good piece of kit, guys. Oops. Easy to use once you get the hang of it. I wish I had it like years ago. It's not super expensive. I'll put a link to it if you want. And disclaimer, that will be an affiliate link, but if you get in early, I don't think that counts, so it doesn't really matter if you get in before tonight. Look, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. If you can afford it, it will, and you're serious about trading, it will speed up your learning curve, no doubt about it. And just keep in mind, not all custom indicators work with it. I haven't had any problems with mine once I worked out, the history and all that stuff and opening other time frame charts, etc. And if you're on MT5, don't waste your time because it's not built for MT5. And if you're using a Mac and you're not sure if it's compatible, best probably to ask someone, maybe Google it or something like that. But I'm pretty sure if you've got Windows on your Mac, then it's a goer. But yeah, it's good fun, and it does help with your trading, especially if you've got a couple of hours just to spend on the simulator. I'm just about on every day or every second day. So that's about that, guys. So I'll just go back and show you the website if I can find it. So it's Soft 4. That's a 4, would you believe? FX, Soft 4. I don't know who came up with that name, but it's just, maybe I'm missing something. So it's a good piece of kit. Enjoy. And if you do have any questions that you can't find in the tutorial or something like that, just swing it by me and I can play around with it. And because I've just showed you a little bit of what I can do. Like I said, you can do pending orders and stuff like that. So, and all sorts of things and export data and all that techie stuff that people get excited about. So I'll leave it there. It's been dragging on a bit, and thanks for watching. And if you do like the videos, please subscribe or at least hit the like button, and I will chat later. Cheers.